Hello and welcome. We're joined by Mike Rodriguez. Mike Rodriguez fights this Saturday night on the UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Volkov. He fights Danilo Marques. Mike, it's been 4 months since we last saw you. How's your preparation been for this fight?
Preparation's been real good, man. I just been sticking to make sure the cardio's up, make sure I'm staying on point with the diet and everything. And but it's been really good, really good.
The last fight was very controversial, probably one of the most controversial fights in UFC history.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody that didn't know, who might have not watched the fight, last fight, Ed Herman, you hit him with a knee to the body. The ref called times, thinking it was a nut shot. He got the rest that he needed, and you possibly would have finished that fight there if because he went down like he was very, very much hurt. And then you were questioning the ref at the time. Were you annoyed? Did you know that it wasn't a nut shot?
No, I didn't know. The time that I found out that it was a nut shot was when Bisping said something about it. If Bisping would never say anything about it, I would have never known, because he mentioned it. He was behind me, and then it made me look up, and that's when I was like, "Oh shoot, wait, what?" And when I looked up, I'm like, "Wait, that was all body." So yeah,
and your corner was complaining to the referee, so they must have saw it on the screen as well. How frustrating was it? Firstly, at the time, and then following it and knowing that you've received a loss now on your record, that shouldn't really be there.
Yeah, it was. It sucked, but there's nothing I could do about it. It is what it is. I just had to just take it on the chin and just keep moving, go to the next fight.
Looking back at the fight, do you feel that was a legitimate win for your opponent in the circumstances?
Yeah, he won. I got overzealous. I tried to go for the finish, and he just wrapped up a nice Kimura and tapped me. So yeah, I gave it to him.
Yeah, you went close on numerous occasions throughout it, the second, first, and third. You wobbled them in the first as well. How do you affect on that? Have you tried to improve and understand when to go for the finish and kind of improve on your finishing?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just so tough. It's like, you see blood in the water. You just go shark. You're like, go get him, go get him, go get him. So like, you think you got the win, and the next thing you know, the guys are just so tough these days. Like, he just was able to focus and wrap up his submission that he needed to get the win. Just tough,
Yeah, you got the UFC paid you your win bonus. So in some way, do you have any hard feelings at all towards a referee or anyone considering the loss?
No. I just took it as like, I'm like, you know what? It sucks. It's a learning experience. Just be more cautious when I'm going for finishes. But just don't try to rush things. So yeah, I just was like, you know what? Just play it like that. But I have no ill will towards anybody.
Yeah, so it's been 4 months since then now. What have you tried to work on most during that time?
Just tighten up my game as a whole, just becoming a better striker, better grappler, better fighter overall. And getting a little swole, you know what I mean? Hitting the weights a little bit. But yeah, just focus on all those things as a whole. Just my complete package. It's not one thing over the other or anything. It's just as a whole. It's MMA, so you got to focus on everything.
Yeah, you can be seen as one of the greatest strikers in the division. You talk about your striking, it is your best element. The stats. I saw on your Instagram you posted a stat that showed you have the highest percentage in terms of significant strikes, salvage strikes. I think it was second to Overeem. So do you feel confident in the ring, in the octagon, that you are the best in the lightweight division, in the light heavyweight division?
I feel very confident in my stand-up. Yes, I do.
Do you think that now you're fighting someone as a submission specialist, that is a kind of an area you have weakness and kind of need to improve in? Or because that's the way you were finishing in the last fight was with a submission, do you think you need to work on your ground game?
It's something that I'm always working on. Obviously, it's not something that it's like my favorite thing to, it's not thing that I always gear to. I like striking and kickboxing and everything, but it is something that I'm always constantly improving on. Yes.
How do you think your striking compares to Reyes and some of the best strikers in the top of the rankings? And how do you make of Israel Adesanya coming into your division now?
Adesanya's a beast, man. He's nasty. He's probably the most one of the if not the most one of the most decorative strikers in all of the UFC, in my opinion. I'll probably say who's Overeem is up there with him. Um, yeah, he's just up there. I can't think of his name. Dude that just beat Makano is definitely one of them guys up there. I can never say his name, but yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be to that level as those guys, but those dudes, they just have so much experience, so much. So
you're starting to get that experience yourself. Does it feel like you're entering your prime?
Yes, I do. I do feel like I'm entering my prime. I feel, like I said, just getting better and better. Every time I go out there, I'm always improved. Always better than the last time I was out there.
Do you feel like you're entering a kind of period in your career where you kind of need to get some consistency now to showcase that you actually are made for the UFC?
Yes, I am. That's actually the underlying theme of these last couple of fights is always just consistency. I'm always like, let's be consistent. How could we be consistent as possible?
And outside of the UFC, you've took on the Twitch and like the new world of gaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you found it successful? How have you finding that kind of venture?
I like it. I like it a lot. I like because it's a platform. It's not more like where I'm trying to focus on like, oh, I'm trying to be a big time streamer or anything. I like because it's a nice way to interact with my fans. My fans love it. I like it. So it's always a chill vibe.
Do you think it helps with getting your name out there as a mixed martial artist and like increasing your fan base?
Yeah, and it also brings like another audience, another audience of fans that I have in the Rainbow Six community into the MMA world. Because there's some guys that I played Siege with or played games with or whatever, and they're like, yo, I never even watched a UFC fight before. And because like they know me, they become friends. Like we become friends or fans. I don't even like really use fans because I feel like we're more intimate than that. So I say friends. Yeah. So like we just become close, and they start following me and stuff. So yeah.
Have you looked into Danilo Marques in the build up to this fight, and what did you make of him?
Yes, I have looked at this fight. He's good. He's a really good grappler. He's coming from, I believe he's a black belt under the great Damian Maia, and which is fine. He's good. He's a really good guy. He's game. He always comes and shows up to fight. It's gonna be fireworks.
Your second time in the Apex, how have you found the experience of fighting under pandemic? Experience of fighting with no fans and fighting under, we have to quarantine before the fight as well. How have you found that experience?
It's been all right. I just don't even think about it. I just keep it real professional. I got to perform. It is what it is. But I like it. I like the Apex.
So, what is your prediction for the fight? How do you see it playing out in your mind?
I believe I'll finish him in the second round for sure.
How important is a victory for you on Saturday?
Yeah, it needs to happen. It's more like you said, consistency. I just need to stay consistent. I showed out, had two great performances despite of my last the confusion of my last fight, whatever you want to call it, a win, a loss, whatever. However everybody takes it. But I just want to continue just being consistent.
Is there anybody in the light heavyweight division that you want to fight necessarily in the future?
I would like to fight Shogun before he retire.
That'd be a great matchup, and I'm sure you would be there if you got us a few more wins under your belt. I'm sure.
Yeah, I love Shogun. Huge fan of him. He's an icon. If it wasn't for him, I'll not be in the sport. It's not. I don't want to fight him like, oh, I can beat him. No. I want to fight him just because it'll be cool to have on my belt. Like I fought a tough guy. I fought Ed Herman. He's from Tough. He's an OG, and it would be cool to fight a Pride guy. So yeah.
Did you know a lot about Ed Herman before the fight? Is this something that you looked up to as well?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of him. Still am. Yeah. Despite of all this bullshit, I still am a fan of him. I always like Ed. And yeah, it's just an honor to fight him.
Did you talk to him after the fight regarding everything that happened?
No. As soon as we fought, I had to go to the medical room. He went to go do all the interviews and stuff. Yeah. So I didn't get a chance to talk to him. No.
And finally, looking at the title fight for your division in a month or so, or 2 months, well, a month now, yeah. What is your prediction for Israel Adesanya versus Jan?
Adesanya wins. Adesanya is going to make him miss and then snipe him out. This is exactly what's going to happen.
Have you got?
I don't know what round, but it's going to happen.
Great. Thank you very much, Mike, and good luck for your fight. I hope everything goes fine, and I hope you win, because I know that after the last fight, that's all you want now.
Yeah, that's all I need right now.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Have a great week.